Real quick guys, if you guys wouldn't mind, please be sure to consider going down your item shop and typing in BAY for your supported creator code, BEY, and then clicking accept. This will support me greatly and it will not cost you anything, so please be sure to do this, and let's get right into the video. Hey, what's up guys? I wanted to mention two very important things before we get into the bulk of this video. First of all the gameplay in this video was streamed live at twitch.tv/beyond_FPS. I am streaming live right now as you're watching this video, as I stream every single day from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern all the way up to 3 to 4 a.m. I stream a lot every single day, so please be sure to come check the streams out. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment. And secondly, please be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe. Dropping a like will help me out a ton. And here's the deal guys, I'm going to be uploading a montage in 2 days, and if it does well, I'll make more montages as well as other tips and tricks videos just like I've always been doing. So please be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because your support these next few uploads will determine the future of my channel when it comes to these special videos. Drop a like, noti squad up, and show up for this upload boys. I promise it'll be worth your time. 3 p.m. Eastern, May 12th. Now let's get right into this video. So if you're watching this video, you're most likely struggling with your aim on controller or console or PC, it really doesn't matter. Basically, what happens in aiming in Fortnite is a lot of people underestimate the value of sensitivities, and yes, the truth is that for many games your sensitivity isn't that important. It's all personal preference, and it's just what you personally play well on. Well, when it comes to Fortnite, your sensitivity is very important, and although it is partially preference based, the majority of your sensitivity is going to be what makes up your playstyle in the game. So the sensitivity that you guys choose to play on is going to be what makes you a good player. Now here's how you choose the sensitivity, because although it'll make you a good player, no matter how good you are, if your sensitivity isn't the sensitivity for you, you won't be able to play good on it because your playstyle will be different. So what I did these past few days is I went ahead and I played on multiple different popular sensitivities. The first sensitivity that I played on for a really long time was the very common linear sensitivity used by Scoped, used by many pro controller players, and this sensitivity is basically 0.42 to 0.45. It's very slow when it comes to turning speed, and the building and editing speed isn't much faster, but it is not that bad. And basically what I found after playing with this for 2 to 3 weeks is that I sucked at it. And this was basically because every single time I went to hit a shot, my shots would just feel slow, my aim would feel like it's getting dragged, and it wouldn't feel right. But then I would watch these pro players like Scoped and others literally dominate players using this sensitivity. So it got me thinking, how come these guys are playing so well on these sensitivities, but then when I start playing on it, I play bad? And I got a lot of comments and a lot of inquiries from you guys saying that you guys had the same exact problem. So I decided to jump on the case and figure out why this is happening and what you can do to fix it. And personally, for me, I did something that basically made my aim go from trash to really good, and basically what I did was I started playing a lot of creative zone wars. This is the first step to finding your perfect sensitivity. Hop into a creative lobby. Once you're loaded in, turn around 180 degrees and walk down, and on your left you'll see a little zone wars thing. Go ahead and queue up for matchmaking in this zone wars. What you're going to be doing is go ahead and set your sensitivity to 0.45 on linear. And the reason for this is because linear is by far the best sensitivity, although it's very hard to control if you're playing on exponential because it's different. The benefits of playing on linear are that it's much more instantaneous, it is not as slow, and it's not as dragged out as exponential. And because of this, once you get used to it, you will benefit greatly from the time that you spend learning linear rather than just getting better on exponential, which is what you've already been playing on. So trust me guys, switch to linear and go ahead and 0.45 as your sensitivity. And then once you've done this, go ahead and set your build mode anything between 2 and 2.5, and same with your edit mode. Now this is not the best sensitivity, and this is not what I'm telling you guys to do, so be sure that you don't click off and just stop watching. Now the next step in this video is to hop into that creative zone wars like I mentioned, and go ahead and play about 2 to 3 rounds of that zone wars. Go ahead and get a feel for your aim, your building, and your editing. If you feel like your building and your editing feels way too fast, go ahead and lower it a bit. If you feel like your aim is getting dragged and it's too slow, go ahead and increase your aim. If you feel like it's too fast and it's too hard for you to control, go ahead and decrease it. Remember that it's not bad if you're decreasing your sensitivity. Many pro players play on even slower sensitivities than this, while also other pro players playing on even higher sensitivities, pro controller players like Forbes, and pro players that play on really high keyboard and mouse sensitivities. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to improve your aim and find your best sensitivity, not just for console, but also for PC. So if you guys are on keyboard and mouse, go ahead and do the same exact thing. Just go ahead and mess with your DPI settings, and don't forget to also adjust your in-game settings. Now, the next step to basically perfecting the sensitivity to what you need is to hop into either a aim training map or a aim practice thing such as Kovacs for keyboard and mouse players, and go ahead and test your aim. For controller players, I recommend doing this with a map that has aim assist, because aim assist is more natural and that is the true aim that you're going to be playing with. Whereas for keyboard and mouse players, doing something like Kovacs is fine, because it really doesn't matter if you have aim assist or not, because you genuinely don't have aim assist. So go ahead and try these two things out, and go ahead and see if your aim feels right when you're doing aim trainers. Aim trainers test many things such as flicking, they test things such as tracking, and they overall give you a good idea about whether or not your aim is good or not. But you also want to be playing these zone wars because they're the most natural, and they will test all aspects of your gameplay, not just your aiming when it comes to shooting your weapons. Now keep in mind that once you've found your perfect sensitivity for aiming, building and editing is a huge aspect of your gameplay, so don't think that just because you can aim well, you're set. Make sure that once you've gotten your aim sensitivity down, you do the next part and basically the next section of this video. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be heading into a creative lobby, any creative lobby that you want. You can jump into your own world, whatever you want, and just go ahead and do some free building that you normally do. Do stuff that you're used to, do things that you've always been good at. This is the best measurement to see if this new sensitivity works for you. If you've always been good at doing a certain building move, if you're basically doing that same thing over again and you find that you're not doing it as well as you used to, you'll easily know if you're not playing as well or if you're playing better. This is a great way to measure if you found improvement, or if you're at least playing on something that you're comfortable on. Once you've done this for your building, you want to warm up your editing and basically work on it. How you're going to be doing this is you're going to be going into a map that I'm going to give you as the code for in just a second, and what you're going to do in this map is you're just going to practice your edits and try to do this map as quick as possible. Keep in mind, this is a very long edit course. It's not exactly easy to do, so don't get frustrated if you're not doing good, if you're not being able to just run through it. This was made by Raider, and this edit course is personally one of the harder ones, so be sure to not get frustrated and just simply practice and grind it in order to get your edits better. But of course, we're trying to improve and find the right sensitivity, so don't just grind it to get better, but also focus on whether or not you can control your edit sensitivity or not. If you feel like it's too fast, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to slow it down. Once you've slowed it down, go ahead and edit for a while, and just go ahead and keep practicing and editing. What you'll find is that after a while, you'll feel like your edit sensitivity has actually gotten too slow because of the fact that you're more warmed up and you can edit better. This is the best thing to happen, because once this happens, you can go ahead and you can increase your editing sensitivity, and by increasing it, you're basically making yourself a faster editor when it comes to controller, console, or PC. And by increasing your sensitivity and being comfortable on it, with time, you will get much better at getting good at edits and basically making your editing speed faster and also more consistent because the amount of practice that you're putting in. The code for the edit map is 4062-4937-8549. Once again, this was made by Raider, and it's a very good editing course, so go ahead and practice this and use it to basically improve your edits and find the right sensitivity for your editing speed. So up to now, what you should have done is practice your aiming and found the right sensitivity for your aiming based on whether or not it feels slow or it feels too fast. Once you've done that, you're supposed to find the right building speed by free building and creative, and basically doing this over and over again with builds that you're used to until you find a comfortable building speed. Finally, once you've done this, go ahead and go to your editing speed and practice Raider's course, and go ahead and use that as a landmark to improve and get a better feel for your editing speed while also increasing it. Once you've done all of this, you're almost done finding the perfect sensitivity. All that's left is your ADS speed, and as well as your scope and your dead zones. Dead zones are big for controller, so I'll talk about them at the end because a lot of you guys will be on keyboard and mouse, and I don't want to take up too much of your time. So for the scope sensitivity and basically for your ADS sensitivity, what you guys want to do is you guys want to go ahead and jump into a creative lobby or a zone wars once again. And this time what you're going to be doing in the zone wars is focus on getting height every single game. Once you got height, go ahead and sit on top and try to laser people and track them with your ADS. Basically, by doing this, you'll be improving your ADS tracking, and this will help a lot. And once you've done this, you'll be able to find the right ADS sensitivity. And finally, if you're on controller and you want to find your dead zones, just go ahead and put your dead zones on the least minimum value and go ahead and increase them until you stop getting stick drift. Go ahead and move your sticks to different sides and put your controller down and see if your player is moving or turning, and basically increase the dead zones to a point where you see no more movement, and that is where you have the perfect dead zones. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one.